Hi, welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello there.
And the shaven monkey with a head like a fucking orange, that is Karl Pilkington.
Right.
Well, this is a special edition, a giveaway podcast that people who came to see my show Fame in London got put on their seat, gratis. Thanks for coming. Well, unless you didn't even come and still got this free. Unless someone went and said, I don't want it, it was rubbish, and gave it to you. You're listening to it for free. Or you've sort of downloaded it illegally. It was free anyway. Oh, forget it. We've been away for a while. Now we're back together.
The old team.
The old team back together in a little room in central London. Karl, looking back on the year, what's happened? I remember last year the most memorable thing that happened was you saw a grub eating a biscuit. So
that was a highlight. I made it into his diary.
Yeah. So what's the big thing of this year? What's the big thing so far of 2007 that, if I say 2007, you'll go, oh yeah, that was the year that. In 10 years' time.
Years to come.
Yeah, I'll go. Remember 2007? You go, of course I do. It was the year that.
I haven't really been following what's going on because of other like personal.
Well, yeah.
issues.
What's the big? Okay, what's the big thing?
My boiler's playing up still. I'm sick of it.
Your what?
My boiler.
Your boiler.
The boiler that eats the water up and stuff. So it doesn't.
You know what I'd do in that situation? I'd instantly get a repairman out to sort it out.
Done that twice. It was £80 for him just to say, it looks like you need a new one.
Why didn't you get a new one then?
Call out. Because then you wondered, are you meant to believe him or is he out to sort of...
Well, he's the expert.
Yeah, but is he? It's like you're meant to get a second opinion, aren't you? Like.
So that was the first time then. So what was the second time? Who came out the second time?
Same fella.
And what did he say?
Well, I thought you were going to get a second opinion.
I know,
yeah,
but
and
I
also
called up the company and they just sent him again because it.
Well, call a different company.
What was his second opinion? £80.
I undercharged you. It's 150.
No, because they must look in the book and sort of go, oh, Harry went round there or whatever, and they must think, well, he went there last time, so he knows the situation.
Yeah.
And got the same fella again.
Well, and got the same opinion, I assume.
Same answer, yeah.
So okay, so it's so twice you've called someone out. They said you need a new boiler. He had the overalls on, holding a monkey wrench again. He came in a van.
Yeah.
He charged you. He's the professional. Why haven't you got a new boiler?
Because then he went on to say that it's a dangerous setup I've got. It shouldn't be set up the way it is. It's dangerous. Something about gas leaking out of it. He said you don't sleep close to this, do you? And it's like, well, the bedroom's there. It's not a big flat. You've seen it, Steve.
Yeah.
Everything's en suite, isn't it? So he went on to say
everything's en suite.
So anyway, he's just sort of said, look, he doesn't want to touch it. He said you need to get someone in who can sort this out for you. But
what? And it took him 2 visits, £160 to figure that out.
Yeah, this is what they do, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's his advice?
He just said, there are people out there who will touch it if you pay the right money.
Well, okay, so you're going to get an expert in who does this thing and sorts it out. So,
well, no, I called up my dad.
Oh yeah,
He always knows someone who can sort stuff out. And he said, one of your cousins is a boiler man, and they're coming round, but I've never met them. And it turns out that person, because like the whole family, I'm not into sort of keeping in touch with people.
Sure.
I haven't spoke to my brother for I don't know 12 years and sister about 15 years and that. So the idea of this cousin who he might as well not have said he's my cousin because I'm not going to know him anyway. I mean, that last fella Harry might as well have been related. So they're going to turn up, and now it turns out that because they haven't seen the rest of the family, they're going to use this as a reunion.
Oh,
what? So they're all going to come round whilst
they're all coming round
whilst he fixes the boiler.
Yeah, and I hate it. I hate family things anyway.
So they're going to come round and just look at you?
Well, yeah. Apart from the one who's fixing it, he'll be fixing it, and the others will just be sat around, sort of going, "So, how have you been?" It's like, well, where do you start? I haven't seen. Seriously, I mean, they are strangers. When they buzz, I could be letting anyone in. Was the door,
and so you're going to entertain them all in your flat?
Well, I said to my dad that I might just say that I've got to go to a meeting, let them in, and then shoot off.
I love that. So now they're strangers that you're letting in your flat, and you're not even being there. That's the best thing. That's the security. Now, Karl says he remember this year for his boiler being a bit of a pain. But now everyone knows over the past sort of like few years, my big pet project hasn't been my own career. It's been get Carl famous.
Yeah.
I want people to recognise him in the street, come up to him and say, "You bald-headed mank twat." Make his luck.
Well, let me tell you now, Rick. I've
on.
been out and about, and a lot of people have said to me, they've come up to me and said, "Has Carl Pilkington got a head like a fucking orange?"
Well,
and I've had to instantly confirm the answer to be yes.
Well, I'm in America quite a bit, and it doesn't matter when I'm talking to David Bowie, The Simpsons, all these people on 24, all these people who have got these amazing careers and lives say, "Is Carl Pilkington really like that?" I say yes. He's not 2 short planks. He's 3 or 4 fucking short fucking planks.
Thick but short but thick
fucking
planks.
lumps of thickness. But he's had a call. He had a call recently from a film company asking him if he's got any ideas for movies. Now, how desperate, in what dire straits must the British film industry be that they're going, well,
They're
there's
turning
anyone-
to cover- yeah.
we need Carl Pilkington. We have hit rock bottom. And he went along for an interview.
So what? And you went in and you.
I went along and had a meeting in a cafe, and they just said, "Right, got any ideas?" And sort of said, what are you thinking? What sort of thing are you after? Are you after action, thriller, whatever?
Because you can provide anything.
I love that he's playing it cool, like you've come to the right person. My time's precious. What do you need?
Yeah,
I'm Carl Pilkington. They call me the movie doctor. What do you need, Papa?
So thought of this idea sort of on the spot.
Good.
That whiz by 'em. No, but sometimes that's how good ideas come up, don't they? Just
so
random.
a lot of yours have come up. Yeah.
No, but if you just
Randomly.
talk, I find that your mouth comes out with stuff.
Right, there's another
Right,
quote.
right.
There's another quote.
If you talk, your mouth comes out with
that to me stands along with what were those things in Gremlins called? Does your brain rule you, or do you rule your brain?
No, but what I mean, if you sit there and try and use your brain to do it,
right,
it doesn't work the same. Just keep talking. Just keep your mouth talking, and eventually it will come out with something pretty good.
that is exactly what Plato said.
So anyway,
Aristotle, he said, "Sit down. I've got an idea for you." Aristotle said, "Plato, what you go right? Just keep talking, and eventually your brain will come out with stuff."
So what I thought, I just started off by saying like actors' names and that who I thought should be in it, because then that's giving more. It's building.
Right.
Okay,
So
who's
who
you
did
say?
you say?
Who did you say?
So I said, right, I'm seeing Clive Warren,
Who the fuck's Clive Warren?
Who's Clive Warren?
the one who was in Closer.
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen.
Right, all right.
Did they look at you like you're a fucking idiot?
Well,
So they all started trying to figure out who's this Clive Warren we've not heard about.
Wait,
he must be amazing. He's on
Clive Warren. Get me Clive Warren on the phone.
Who's got
Get
Clive
me
Warren?
Clive Warren.
and I said Rebecca De Mornay, right?
What?
Oh, where did that come
She
from?
hasn't been in a film for 15 years, has she?
Clive Warren and Rebecca De Mornay. I love this.
You
bit.
could have.
They thought he was a genius. They thought he was an absolute nigger. Like, we've never thought of putting Clive Warren with Rebecca De Mornay.
But hang on a minute, you could have any film star. This is your fantasy casting, and you choose a bloke that doesn't exist and a woman who hasn't been on TV or in a film for 10 years.
Oh God!
Why didn't you choose a
Someone who existed.
J-Lo or someone who's a big star?
Oh God!
Rebecca De Mornay.
Clive Warren! Oh God! Oh
So
God.
anyway, so they were going, yeah. And what happens is they're going out and together and that.
Yeah, Clive Warren and Rebecca De Mornay.
I said it's one of them where it starts off and the people, you're seeing into their lives from
Yeah.
like the morning.
Yeah.
So it's like a nice sunny day.
Yeah.
Radio's on. They're going about the day. They're having the breakfast. They're saying, "Oh, what we're doing tonight." They're planning a big do that night and stuff. And you're thinking, "Oh, they've got a nice life."
Mm.
She's like, "Love you" and all that. Yeah. He walks out the house, gets hit by a bus.
Oh,
So Clive Warren's dead, right?
Yeah.
Now, what happens is she's devastated, Rebecca.
I don't know if Clive Warren would take that part
because he ain't got much to do, has he?
No, I don't. If I know Clive Warren,
And I think you do.
I think I do. He's going to say, "No, hold on though. There's more, isn't there? I've
Have you jumped the gun there, Rick?
go on, mate. What? Carry on. So he's hit by a bus, so he's
So
dead.
he's hit by a bus and that. The titles come up.
Oh,
It's got
okay.
you, right? She's
Starring
devastated. She's
Clive Warren.
fed up. She's devastated and that. Doctor says Clive's dead.
And that who's playing the Doctor? Jack Nicholson House.
Sort of. What's that fella who was in Independence Day?
Will Smythe.
No, the old black fella.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him in.
Morgan
He's the
Freeman,
doctor.
yeah.
He says, "Your husband's dead."
Right.
She's like, "Oh God." What happens then is he says, "But listen, what we can do now, we can take the brain out."
Right.
Right.
And a fact that I read that day before the meeting. This isn't in the film now. This is me.
Right, but
Right.
luckily,
Okay.
I read a
fact.
thing about how the brain can run on half of it.
Yeah.
You've actually got a full brain.
Yeah.
You can
Some
run it
of
on
us
half. You can
Yeah.
run it on half.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was in my mind still. So I thought I'll get that in.
Well, half your mind, yeah.
So I said, what happens is Morgan Freeman says, been working on this. You can run your life on half a brain.
Right.
She's sort of a bit like, what you tell me this for now? My husband's just died like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, but if we're going to do this, we've got to act quick. She's like, do what? He said, I'll tell you. He says, we can, whilst his brain's not fully dead, because it stays awake for a bit when you've
Oh,
been
he's
killed.
not dead then. Fine.
No, but
Wait
he
till he
is.
comes alive. What do you mean?
He is, but they found out that
Right.
it stays awake a little bit.
No.
So-
No, he's gone.
No,
You're
no.
hit by a bus.
Yeah, no, he's dead. If the brain's dead, you are dead.
Clive Warren's dead.
And if
No.
the brain's not dead, you're not dead.
No, but it's like people in a coma. They're dead, aren't they? But
No,
the brain
no,
isn't
No,
dead.
they're in a coma.
No, they're
They're
not
in
dead.
a coma.
No, they come out of comas, don't
All
they?
right, then he's in a coma. He's been hit by the bus, but the chances are he's not going to come out of that coma. But his brain is still awake.
Right, okay.
So change that. That's easily done.
Hold on though. I like this fact that he's in a coma, so they're going, look, he's definitely going to die in this coma. Take the brain out now. Pop the brain out.
But why is that such a weird thing when that's what they do now? That's what they do now.
What is?
That's what they do.
What?
They do that.
What? A brain transplant?
No, but when, like, how I've signed that donor card.
Yeah.
Right, if anything happens to me.
No.
they've
There's
got the
no
lot.
such thing as a brain donor. Oh, we've explained to you before.
Yeah, but they're working on it. They've said something about Einstein. They messed about with his brain for ages, trying to work out if it was full of stuff. That's what they're doing. They're working on that. There's loads of things that doctors are doing that we don't know about. I've seen some weird stuff on the internet.
Yeah, I know you have. Yeah.
I saw a programme on Channel 5 where a monkey brain was still alive and it was stuck on a stick. And they
You were
poked
watching
it.
the Magic Roundabout.
They poked it and it reacted.
Right.
So it's still alive. It's being kept alive, and it's only a matter of time. What's the brain linked up to? As long as you can link it up to the eyes, and somehow so it can tell the arms and legs what to do, you're laughing.
I love that. Imagine a team full of doctors going, well, we're going to try and do a brain transplant. Carl, right, okay, I'm gonna be quick because I've got to get back. My cousin's fixing my boiler. As long as you can link this up to the eyes and tell the arms and legs what to do, we're laughing. Cheers, Carl. See you later.
Then what happens is they say, do you want half of his brain in your head?
Half of his brain in her head.
She says, definitely not. I'm having you struck off. She starts screaming. She calls the police. He gets
Yeah,
arrested.
but you'd have said that years ago when people can have like someone else's arm put on their body and stuff.
Yeah, but he's only in a coma.
Yeah.
No, but he's not going to come out of that coma.
Right.
So it's like this or nothing. It's
Right.
like, look, you know what we're going to do here. We can either turn the switch off,
Yeah.
or we can put his head in your head.
But why would
But
you?
so
why,
what he does? So what they do then? They're going to take half his brain.
Half of his brain, take
Put
out half of hers, pop it in place
Why would she do that?
because she loves him.
But hold on. Well, no. Wait. What would she then be?
Because this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Sorry.
What happens is he explains all this. So I mean, this would probably cover about 20 minutes in the film, but I'm just rushing
I just
rushing
switched
it up
off,
now.
but yeah.
No, you wouldn't. This bit would have you. So what?
Well,
what
I'd have actually left when I wouldn't have even gone in to see a film starring Clive Warren and Rebecca De Mornay, unless it was 1985.
so the thing is, she's the same as you. She says the same thing. She goes, "Why would I do that, doctor?" And he goes, "Well, what will happen is, he's gone, but you'll have his thoughts. So in the morning when you say, oh, I don't know what to have, well, I have cornflakes. His bit of the brain will sort of say,
Have a Weetabix.
have shredded wheat or
Yeah.
whatever." And she's like, "Oh yeah, good idea."
Sorry. So the point of this film is that the dead man can remind her what breakfast cereal she likes.
Yeah. So the thought. When
What do you mean? Yes. So that's it, is it?
No. That's not the only
Wait,
thing.
wait a minute. This is only Act One.
That's just the first bit. Everything's going well. She has it done.
So who is she? Is she herself?
She's Rebecca De Mornay.
Yeah.
But now
With
and again, with him chipping in with a bit of voiceover. So the idea is it's all going well at the beginning. And
So she can't decide what
So
dress to wear.
she's had half of her brain taken out and put in a bin,
Yeah.
okay, and Clive Warren's half has been put in there. So now she's walking round, okay.
So
Yeah.
she's she's schizophrenic.
Oh no, it's okay. No, it's okay though, because the bit they put in of Clive Warren's brain is actually him in a coma. So there's nothing happening anyway. Don't worry about it.
No,
All she's got is half a brain.
No, like I say, the brain is alive, so it's all going well when she leaves hospital.
Yeah.
And she gets a first taste of it, and it's a bit weird to get hold of because she's sort of. I think when she signs herself out, he's sort of fighting, writing his name and stuff. So there's a few sort of technical things that she has to get used to.
And does Clive's brain
What does
know
he
that
think?
he's now inside her brain?
Does that matter?
Well, I would say it matters because otherwise,
Yes, it does matter, Carl. What's he thinking?
What's
What's the point of this? Why has she gone along with this?
Because she really loves him.
But what's in it for him? What does she think?
Well, say if I died
Yeah.
and Suzanne said, "Go on, I'll have half of Carl's," right? She would wake up in the morning to a thought of me sort of going, "Oh, you never guess what I've just thought about," or whatever. I'd still be there.
But she
It's
wouldn't
only
ever
physical,
do that.
isn't it? The rest of the rest of your body is sort of waste, isn't it?
But
People
Carl,
like
The
you-
rest of your body's sort of waste.
No, it is kind of. If when someone dies, it's
Yeah.
not that person anymore, is it? They're still there physically.
Yeah.
But you can't have a chat with them. So if you could have someone's brain in your head when they're dead, you'd have it, wouldn't you?
What are you talking about? Why would I have someone's brain in my head when they're dead?
Well, what
I've
else-
got a perfectly good brain.
Yeah. So, but like I said, you're running on half. So have
Who's
that in
running
there.
on half?
So you're telling me you wouldn't have it done then?
Of course I fucking wouldn't.
I
Why
can
would
also categorically state I wouldn't either.
Yeah, but you're saying that now. But once you're in that position, that someone who you love and that dies, if the doctor said, "Do you want it?"
No!
And you
I
go-
go, no! It's madness!
I don't think you
It's
would.
madness!
All right. Let me just ask this as a question, even if we accept this as a possibility. If Clive Warren doesn't know that he's in Rebecca's brain, their love and the conversations they used to have and what would the connection between them is going to be absent because she's going to be talking to him and he's just going to be going, I don't know, shredded wheat.
It's all thought. She doesn't have to
So
talk.
they're not talking to one another.
Well, they are, but not out loud. She's not walking down the corridor going, "What do you think, Clive?" And,
Right.
And he's saying shredded wheat. It's happening.
Right. But
So-
how is this dramatically
they're
shown
sort-
on screen? Do we hear those
So now
voices?
that they've
Yeah,
got
you hear the
up-
voices.
You hear the voices.
You hear the voices.
So tell me
anyway,
tell me a typical bit of dialogue.
Well, we've done the breakfast scene.
Yeah,
that was
okay, yeah.
dynamite.
Yeah.
That's fucking Oscar winning.
Yeah, can we do lunch?
There may be like at the funeral, because even though the brain's still alive, they still have the funeral, and you can have like a funny bit where they stood around the grave, and like there's some relation there who he doesn't like, and she can start laughing, and the family are looking at her going, "Why is she laughing?"
Yeah.
And she's sort of laughing, and he's saying something a bit rude, going, "Look at her head." Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Looks like a
Stuff on the
fucking
family.
Little cameo for you.
Yeah.
And so you have all that, and people are sort of liking the film, thinking, "Oh, it's quite funny, this."
Yeah.
And then you hit them
The
hard.
8 people that have gone to see it.
Yeah. Rebecca De Mornay and her family.
Yeah.
Clive Warren's 3 mates. All right, Clive, I didn't know you were a film star. Nor did I. I was working in a garage yesterday.
Yeah, I was fixing boilers.
So anyway, this is where you get them.
It's the most ludicrous idea for film I've ever heard. It's the maddest. Honestly, it really is the ramblings of a mental case.
I have to say though, I am hooked now. I want to know what's going to happen next in the story.
Oh Christ!
Remember, I was making all this up.
It's not based on a true story then.
Remember, imagine if he said that in a meeting. Remember, I'm making all this up, and they go, "All right, oh okay." I thought,
oh. So the meeting's still going on. They haven't left at this point.
No, they were sort of going, "Oh right, yeah." But what annoyed
check
me,
please, check please.
that's the annoying thing. It was like, I just wondered whether this is what they do just so they can have a cake every day at 4 o'clock, because it was odd. I can't imagine Spielberg sort of nipping down to Costa Coffee to discuss E.T. So I said, right, so this is where you get them. You've got everyone laughing, and that's what it's all about with a film, isn't it? It's emotions, messing with people's emotions and that.
Yeah, yeah.
So they like that. They were like, yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought,
Oh, that's
and
a
there
whole
you go
new,
again. That's
whole
me,
new outlook to filmmaking.
that's me mouth coming out with stuff that even I didn't know I knew.
Yeah.
So then I said, right, then what happens is she hears the voice go, "Leslie, where are you?" Something.
Right.
her name's not Leslie.
No.
No.
So she's thinking, who's Leslie?
Yeah.
So in her mind, she's going, who's Leslie? He's going, oh,
So he's thought, hang on, I've let something slip.
I've
here.
let something slip. So she's going, answer me.
Oh.
He goes quiet on her.
Oh!
So
He was having an affair.
this is the thing. So she's trying to hunt down
Leslie.
Leslie.
And he's got to stop her thinking it.
Then what happens is, I mean, you know.
Where your Bex?
So he's got to hunt down Leslie.
So she's got to hunt down Leslie.
Right.
And that can fill about half an hour again. I'm not
I love
quite
the fact that you're doing it how far you've got through the film.
Yeah. You've got to fill up 2 hours, right?
One more idea, we call it half hour, that's the end of the film. See you later, starring Clive Warren.
So
Nice to see Rebecca De Mornay again, wasn't it? Yeah.
So Leslie has got to be sought out. It's a woman, is it? Another Leslie, or
It's
is it a
another
bloke?
woman.
Right.
But what happens is, I mean, without ruining the end for everyone, what would sort of happen is,
Oh yeah, because you don't want to ruin it for them, because this will be filling the multiplexes in no
Yeah,
time.
this film's definitely going to be
This is
made.
definitely going to get made.
well, seriously, isn't any pick a massive Hollywood film and look at it on paper and go, that's a balmy idea.
Casablanca.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, what
That's
happens
why they
is,
called on him as a movie expert.
This is a different sort of love triangle. They've all got their own brains and
Yeah.
legs and stuff, walking around interacting normally.
But that's just it. It's the power of love, isn't it? In a way.
Yeah.
But sorry,
How
I
far
mean,
you'll
I don't
go.
want to see.
No, it's the greatest love story ever told, set in a head.
But listen, let's just get to
hang
the
on a
end.
sec though, Carl. I don't. Yeah, you've got to tell us the end. I don't think you can let people
No, come on,
listening
come on,
hanging
what's the
on
end?
waiting for the film.
Just let your mouth talk.
Right. So what I said was, I said maybe because I wasn't sure about this end bit. I
Go
thought
on.
they might think it's daft or whatever.
You're
So
putting
I said-
yourself down. I imagine it's dynamite. Go on.
I said maybe you could have something like this, and they were there, sort of going, "Oh yeah, what's it going to be? What's it going to be?"
Yeah, well, he's come up with some great stuff at the moment.
What happens is, his brain is more powerful than hers.
Right? How is there power? Why is there no power involved?
It's got a stronger will.
What I mean is, the brain, her brain was running the rest of her body.
Now he's taken over.
His brain's just sat there, isn't it, thinking stuff.
Right.
Brilliant.
So that gets more powerful and overrules her body.
Okay.
Yeah.
She then fancies Leslie.
So it's a lesbian
hold on,
film.
this is building up to a lesbian love. So what the?
Well, it's
what?
trendy, isn't it? That. So just have a bit of that at the end, and
That is the worst idea I have ever heard for any piece of art. I mean, it's the worst. It would be the worst. It would be the worst TV show, worst book, worst everything. It's the worst idea.
it's not the worst idea because as long as a film makes you think.
But
then
this
it's done
doesn't
its
make
job.
us think about anything.
I'm thinking, who the fuck's Clive Warren? So hold on. So he overpowers her. So she is now a lesbian. What's Leslie getting out of this? Why does Leslie think? Hold on. Why is my
Because-
dead lover's wife coming on to me?
Because this is what I'm saying to you. It's relationships. It's the love of two brains.
Right. Okay. Again, can anyone
a
out there? Can we
strapline.
make that into it? That's a quote. The relationships is a love of two brains.
Well, it's-
now, he's got something there. He's got something
Yeah.
there. But my point is this. Why is Leslie suddenly turned lesbian?
Because she loves the brain.
But does she know this is Clive Warren?
Well, maybe now and again, Rebecca or Clive says something. Rebecca will say something now and again, like, "Oh, I like me.
Minge.
I like me. You know, me food done like this or whatever." And it's all about say if
Cooked. I
like
love my food cooked. Oh my! Wait a minute, Clive Warren on this food cooked.
Yeah, I'm in two minds about this bacon.
Yeah,
What
I'm
I
going to
mean
turn
is
into a lesbian.
people
Shredded wheat.
people like what they like, and it's the same way, like I've said to you before, with someone who's been going out with a woman and then is found out that she's got a twin sister and they divorce that first twin and go out with the other twin. It's all the same. You're after the same thing, aren't you?
Yes, but that.
When a cat dies, you buy another one. It's the same thing. You want that same.
Yeah, but you
love
don't
for
necessarily switch your sexual orientation. In the case of your twin scenario, they both look the same.
Yeah. Has there ever been one where it's twin boy and girl? Go, well, I was going out with her, but I mean, he looks a bit like her.
Yeah. I loved boobs, now I like cock.
something. Well,
This is your problem. You don't know anything. And this theory about if your mouth talks enough, the brain will kick in soon. It hasn't.
Rick, you may be interested to know that Karl Pilkington basically thanks to the efforts of your good self in making him into a household name, has got a book deal. And there's a book that will be coming out later in the year called Happy Slapped by a Jellyfish by Karl Pilkington.
What's that about, Carl?
What's the angle? Is it a novel?
Well, again, I just was letting my mouth sort of think and what have you, just churning stuff out, and I was thinking about holidays that I've been on, because they always say write about what you know and stuff. So I thought, well, I've been on a few holidays. Write about them. I actually thought about it when I was on holiday.
Is it like a travel book then? It's your experiences?
It's just like a rough guide.
And have you done it? Have you finished the?
Yeah, I've just got to do some pictures and that and colour them in, and then it's done.
When's that out? October.
Yeah.
So you say it's a travel book, and yet I've managed to get hold of a few pages, and this chapter is titled Australia. So
You've never been to Australia?
No, I know. But
Well, it's not. How is it a travel guide?
No, it's not. It's not like wish you were here type thing. It's just saying, if you're going away, think about it.
Right.
It's just asking people to sort of think.
But why
about...
don't they just let their mouth do the thinking? Why
No,
don't
but just have a read of like my thoughts, and you
Okay,
have the
let's
same.
have a
But
read.
you don't know anything about Australia because you've never been.
No, but exactly. So I'm saying I've never been. This is why I've never been. Is this why you've never been?
Well, that makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. It's a pointless book.
It's not a pointless book.
Well,
That's-
Sorry,
okay.
whereas you thought it was going to be what?
Right, can we read a bit of it then?
So this is the chapter entitled Australia. Box jellyfish, crocodiles, snakes, blue ring octopus, red-black spiders, funnel web spiders, great white sharks. Just some of the reasons that put me off going to Australia. Every creature is bigger and angrier than anywhere else on the world. I put it down to two things. One, it could either be because spiders and snakes and the like normally hide under rocks. The Earth is one big rock. Australia's at the bottom of the big rock, and they're trying to hide under it.
Carl,
valid,
you
isn't
are a maniac!
It's just thinking about it, thinking about where spiders go and that works, doesn't it?
No!
Why doesn't that work like a
Because
rock?
there's no real upside down and bottom of the Earth, is it? It's all relative to what? It's relative to what? A map that you saw.
Well, it's a coincidence, isn't it?
No, right, okay, read on.
I've heard that a lot of people go camping in Australia, which I think's mental. If I was to fly all that way, I'd want a decent bed. Plus, I wouldn't be camping in a place where there are killer spiders wandering around.
I agree.
I've only been camping a few times, and each time I was glad when it was over. The last time was last year in Lyme Regis.
Yeah.
When did you go camping in Lyme Regis?
Last year. It's all right, Lyme Regis, but it was all a bit of a nightmare because I was going with my mate, and he said he knew someone who knew someone who had a bit of land in the garden.
We had a bit of land in the garden.
What's the point, though, innit? You know, what's the point of camping in someone's garden where there's a sort of like a spa down the road and like a pub?
No, because you're by the sea, aren't you? It's getting away from it all, seeing the world.
It's not if you're in someone's front garden.
No, back.
Oh, sorry.
Well, there's even less to see except 3 fences.
No, but it's private, isn't it? So the thing is, he said, oh, it's a great garden, the owners are away, and there's a toilet, an outside toilet that they have
Getting
for, like,
away
when they
from
have
it, wasn't it?
parties
Yeah.
and stuff. So we get there, and this lad who knew about this bit of land,
Someone's back garden.
well, yeah, said, oh, you can't use it, they haven't gone on holiday.
So now you're stuck in the middle of quite a big civilised conurbation called Lyme Regis. How are you going to survive?
Well, we ended up just sort of keeping on the beach. But
Did you pitch your tent on the beach?
put the tent on the beach. We found a bit of... See, we found somewhere where there was a load of rubbish. So we
Oh,
thought...
nice.
That's the place to go,
No,
yeah.
lovely.
No,
A
well,
municipal tip.
What was it? Was it chemical waste or just like, you know...
No, just
um,
coke
was it just
cans and
syringes
stuff.
and,
Oh,
uh,
lovely.
But listen, though,
Baby
you've got to
diapers,
think
sure.
about that.
Rusty.
If there's,
What's something rusty?
if there's rubbish there, it means it was a good place to camp.
Why?
Why?
Because other people have camped there.
Right.
So that's how you've got to look at it. It's a way. That's like a little tip of...
I would love this to be a real
So,
guide.
so you could have slept
first
in a
thing-
public lavatory.
Yeah, yeah. This one's nice. What? It's covered in shit. Means other people have had a shit here.
Welcome to our 5-star hotel. You'll notice vomit over all the fucking walls.
So that means people have had a good time here. They got right pissed up and threw their lungs up.
So that's where we put down the tent. We put down the tent there. And then
Some
what was
people put up
annoying
a
is...
tent, he puts down a tent.
We what's her name? We
It was already up.
It was
carried
already
it all
they
the way
carried it all
from
the way
London.
there and they went, let's pack it down.
the weird thing was, as soon as we set up, some other people turned up.
Oh, that's all the rubbish tip. holiday makers. They that was probably in the guidebook.
They started setting up their tents. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
No, look, there's some nappies over there.
Yeah.
Nearer the nappies.
And they offered us some sausages.
All right.
My mate said, "Oh, ignore them. That's like code for swingers."
What?
Ah!
What? So there were some people cooking some sausages,
Yeah.
saying, "Would you like the sausages? We've made too much." And you
It's
said,
just
"No,
that
that's
thing,
code
don't
for
talk
swinging."
to strangers. It's like we want to get away from it all.
Yeah.
We don't want someone. You know, it starts off with sausages, doesn't it? And then
So,
before you know
but what do these people look like?
they were about 45.
Who are they? There,
A man and a woman.
a man and a woman. So, what was in it for the bloke?
Some people like that, don't they?
No,
I
I mean,
don't know.
you say, right, I want the bald one, love. If it's like wife swapping, should one of you be a wife?
No, but I don't know all the rules and that. But
He's just got a real thing for fucking oranges.
and we didn't want any sausages anyway, so we just sort of
I
said,
don't believe sausages is a
It's a
code for
code
swingers. I don't, because eventually, how many times they give someone sausages and they go, "Well, get your pants off," and they go, "Well, maybe we just have some sausages." They go, "Oh, this isn't working. This code.
But
we
why
need a
would
better
they be,
code."
Why would we be being offered sausages?
Because they're nice people and they're making sausages.
Makes you wonder.
We don't. Let's not trust these people. Let's move our tent nearer to the corpse.
Anyway. So yeah, that was the camping.
So these scientists, they're stuck away in the darkness. Let's tell them what they've been missing. What's the highlights, Carl, of the last Ricky Gervais and Steve Merchant at Carl Pilkington, by the way, XFM 104.9, etc. What have they missed for the last? Just do the last few weeks. What have they missed? Remember, they haven't got newspapers. They haven't got telly. What's the? Look at him. He's looking at me like I just said that in Arabic. What do you understand? Think what's happened. Think what they haven't got that you know about. What have you seen and heard in the last couple of weeks that they couldn't have?
Well, like on the news and that. What's gone on in the world and that.
Yeah.
Well, or just things you've done personally. I think that'll be of less interest.
Yeah.
Pope's dead.
Okay.
I like it. Imagine that. Imagine if that was the breaking it to them.
Yeah.
Like they're listening and they go, "What's happened? The Pope's dead." Well, let's say like that. Break it to us gently, Carl.
Well, I think that's better than how they do it on the news normally, though, isn't it? They make a big deal out of it, and you panic a bit when it says breaking news, and you think, "Oh, there's a war on." And you go, "Pope's dead," and you go, "Well."
So you've just
what
used
about
that
this?
short, sharp tactic.
Yeah.
Like ripping a
I
plaster off quickly.
just said it softly. No, Pope's dead.
When you know all that coverage of the Pope with like those millions of people that had gathered in Rome and stuff. I was thinking about, you remember we talked about the Queen Mother, and they were queuing up to see the Pope.
Yeah,
on
like
stage.
4 hours to
And
get
once
a
again, I
glimpse.
couldn't help but feel if they popped on some kind of like dessert trolley and just wheeled them past everyone else, they could have got that done in about 3/4 of an hour.
Yeah.
You know, once again, people not thinking, they're not expanding their minds.
So you're
Yeah,
logically.
well, like students in Rag Week with a bed down
Put them on
Oxford
one of those
Street.
novelty beds. They're all dressed in kind of cardinals gear.
Yeah.
Just, trundling off and down there. Yes.
Well, it's the way they also said they've now got a new Pope. It's hardly new, is he? Why didn't they learn from the last one?
Sure.
Keep taking on old people.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad couldn't even get a gig in B&Q.
Oh God! So who have we offended? I mean, the thing is, it's clever because soon our offensiveness isn't going to be sort of like we're feeling guilty about offending someone. It's going to be like we're going to be living with Salman Rushdie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The things. I mean, that's pretty. Don't have a go at the Pope.
I'm not having a go at him. It's good that he can carry on working and what have you, but I thought everyone had to retire at like 60 or whatever. Oh, bloody hell. But, whatever, if you can get away with it.
Yeah, why couldn't your dad get a gig in B&Q? I mean, he goes there a lot, doesn't he? He goes there a lot!
That's why, if you're just joining us for this one-off show because you're trapped in a bunker somewhere in the Antarctic, you should know this of Carl's dad. He's a thief. He steals things, and we've openly discussed this before. He steals this from other elderly ladies and elderly people. Perhaps
Oh, he's not like Raffles, though. He doesn't go into their house.
He's not a gentleman thief.
No, don't people let's put this in context, he's not a villain, but sometimes when people leave groceries lying around in a public telephone box.
No, what it was, where they live now, they've retired, right? They've moved. I won't say where they are, but somewhere quiet, right? And it's so quiet.
It's not a witness relocation protection scheme.
But because there's only about 8 people live in this village, it's not worth like the like corner shop.
There's only 8 people living in the village.
It's quiet.
The village of the damned.
So anyway, rather than keep the shop open, you're meant to call up and go, "All right, Harry, I need some milk today."
Right.
And they stick it in a phone box outside in the shop, and my dad found that out. So when he's been out, just stop off at the phone box, have a look at what's left lying around.
Yeah. But of the 8, I mean, there's 8 people in the village. My attention would be instantly drawn to the dodgy Manc fella. I mean, you know what I mean? It seems, in Manchester you can probably get away with this, there's a lot of scum up there, but down in this little village, you know, you got a little Miss Marple type, and a little, you know, country policeman.
He's stopped doing it now,
Has he?
Stopped doing it, yeah.
Cleaned up his act.
Yeah.
Good, alright, so the Pope's dead, any other big news?
There was that thing I told you about last week, the foot-long spider eats chicken. Talking about buying presents and stuff, I think I did treat my mum to. I didn't buy my dad anything. I think that was like when I got a bit older, I used to get my dad something because he wasn't that bothered anyway.
No.
So, got me mum. There was a cheap shop, right?
Of course.
Thank God for that.
Called Snips. Right? So I went in there and I thought, let's see what I can get her. And remember Victoria Plum?
I don't think so.
Well, it's like a fairy character.
Right.
Right? And my mum's into gnomes and stuff, right? So I thought, right.
She must be pleased with you then.
Victoria Plum. I was thinking, is that one of the neighbours? Is it like a brandy
Do you
liqueur?
remember Victoria Plum?
Victoria Plum.
Victoria Plum, yeah, it's like a little fictional sort of character, right?
Okay.
So I saw it, I thought, yeah, she'll love that, right? So I did my paper round, saved up for 2 weeks, right?
Aw.
Got that sorted, went to Snips, bought the Victoria Plum. Next day, I'm in town with her, right? So I think, oh, I know what I'll do. I said, come in here a minute, right? So we go in, and we're looking around, and I tested her, right? I went, look at that there, that's alright, innit? And she goes, oh, it's bloody awful.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. Oh, God.
So then, Christmas Day comes, I said, don't bother opening it. She said, no, why? I said,
Oh,
"Don't
no! Why did you still give it to her?
So, well, it's too late, I'd already bought it.
Oh, Carl.
So she opened it, and I was like, and she said, oh, that's nice. I said, why are you saying that? I said, the other day, said it's bloody awful. She said, oh, no, I thought you were pointing at something else.
Oh, no.
So that's why I don't get anyone anything anymore.
Oh, God. Play record. Oh, God. Oh. That's good, isn't it?
Not bad.
Gold Rush. Let you down. I'm actually quite affected by Carl's Victoria Plum scenario. Just the fact that, like, that eagerness, he wants to make sure it's a great present. He's saved up his paper round. He thinks it's like a gnome, but modern.
I'm worried that you're using it as an excuse now, and that's why you're not buying anyone any gifts, because you've had your fingers burned once. I mean, you were 6, 7 years old. To be fair.
No, you weren't. You were about 13, weren't you, if you're doing your paper round?
Yeah, it must have been, yeah, 11 or 12 then.
Alright.
Yeah, so I'd saved up. Oh no, I'm not using it as a thing, it's just
What do you get your mum this year?
I've sent them some money so they can, get a passport.
So they can get a passport?
What do you mean, where are
illegal
they?
immigrants?
Are they trapped
No, 'cause they've
somewhere? Well, they're in a holding bay somewhere in Dover.
Yeah,
Well,
I've got a
What do you
friend
mean-
who's a truck driver who's going to sneak them across. For New Year.
What do you mean?
So they can buy a passport. What do they do? Sell it when they're
No,
a bit,
'cause-
they're a bit down in their luck?
No, they haven't got that much money, right? They've never been abroad, and the mate said they might, take them next year, and they said, oh, we haven't got a passport, so I
You've got to
thought,
buy a passport, have you?
Cause
Isn't that your God-given right as an Englishman?
no, you got to pay for them, they're 30 quid each, so you better add do, otherwise they're conning me.
Right.
They
So
said
you
it's
sent them
30 quid.
60
You don't
quid?
get born with a passport, of
You
course you
sent them
don't.
60 quid in an envelope, have you?
Well, check.
Right.
I love that. He'll be watching Teddy, and France will come on, and he'll go, oh, what do you think of that? She goes, it looks bloody awful.
Yeah,
Oh, don't
oh,
open it.
no.
Don't open it.
Yeah.
Don't open it.
So
Oh.
you've not paid for a holiday for them. You've
No, I've
you've
just
given
sorted
them-
out the, well, it's the better prize, isn't it? Because they can't go anywhere without it.
Well, the passport keeps on giving.
Yeah,
It's the perfect
so-
gift.
10 years. That is, yeah.
So, but no, I never used to. I mean, I can't think of other things. I used to get me dad once I started getting him stuff. It sort of used to be a dressing gown, and then. But as an extra surprise, I used to put like a cigar in the pocket, so he'd think that was it.
Yeah.
Then he'd put it on and put his hand in the pocket.
Right. And then he'd just hit you because he thought you'd nicked it.
Oh dear.
So you bought him a jacket with a cigar? That's quite thoughtful.
Did you sneak a cigar once one Christmas?
Yeah. Well, it was that's when they used to have like the big do's, like I say. You know, they were known for it. Like the whole estate used to know that. You know, we were having a party.
Yeah.
So
so they'd all come round.
So they'd all come round and have food and drink and that.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine how unpleasant that must have been.
Awful.
And you locked in your bedroom with a broken train set.
Yeah.
And looking at Victoria Plum, whatever that was.
In the bin.
Oh, in the bin, yeah. And hear a mum saying, and he got me this. Isn't this
piece
shit?
Of rubbish.
You could hear him just throwing it against the wall and laughing.
And all the neighbours laughing.
And you'd come down and just be in pieces with loads of spit on it. Just loads of gob on it.
Eyes.
And all the Polaroids of them just like laughing at it and
pointing.
Stamping on it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Someone just sent this in. They've been looking on eBay for Victoria Plum.
You're joking?
Come here and see the photograph.
Oh god, that's fantastic. Have a look.
That's it.
Oh god, he got that for his mum!
It's the worst piece of tat I've ever seen.
Carl! Carl. Imagine how... Oh,
gutted.
Carl. Imagine how... Look, think of him now, right?
There it is!
That's the worst thing I've ever seen! I'll tell you, it looks like a Diddy man gone wrong.
It
looks like a Diddy man prostitute. That is...
is that the one, Carl?
Well, it was a different colour. It had a yellow at mine.
No, but look... How do they get? Tell them they go into eBay.
So you need to log on to ebay.co.uk. I'm sure you've used it before. It's the online marketplace, ebay.co.uk. And if you type in Victoria Plum, I'm assuming that you can track this down.
That's amazing.
It's the worst piece of rubbish I've ever seen.
Just think how cute he was as a kid, though, doing that. Just think of him, just going... just seeing that and thinking, oh, he likes gnomes! It's the worst thing I've ever seen!
I mean, to be fair, I don't know what her prize collection of gnomes looks like, but I can't imagine they're much better than that. I mean, gnomes are a fairly grotesque thing. But certainly your mum's taste and discretion is...
Did you have those houses on your estate? You'd go in there and it was just loads of those dolls still in their packaging all around the room. And sort of like one of those homes that keeps the sort of packaging on the three-piece suite.
Why don't you buy another one for her for Christmas?
Yeah.
It's $3.99 it looks like. That's £2.49. Because that was $399.
Well.
Oh, buy it, Carl.
No, because I've sorted out her passport this year anyway. I'll get her that next year. Right, so listen, right?
Okay.
Going to my mum and dad's today. I'll cut to the chase, Rick. They basically, we got about 4 pages while they drive to his mum and dad's.
Oh, Jesus
I'll skip
Christ.
past that because it takes fucking forever. Got there, mum and dad, his mum made him some dinner. The old woman next door, brackets, whose man was a witch, just pop that in brackets. Just pop that in brackets. I think we've discussed that before, actually, the old woman whose man was a witch.
Whose man was a witch?
Yeah.
Oh!
The old woman next door has been worrying because she keeps seeing adverts on the telly about changing to digital TV. She's saying she doesn't want wires drilled into her walls because they'll make a mess. My dad told her that it doesn't matter because it'll probably won't happen until 2012 and she'll be dead by then.
He didn't say that to her, though, did
No,
he?
he did. They've got, you know, she's old. She knows she's going to die. I mean, it's something we've all got in common. And he's right, isn't he? Why is she worrying about it? Maybe that's sorted it out. Put it into perspective for her. You will be dead when this happens. Don't be worrying about it. But everybody worries, don't they? You've got that little sort of hole in your head that you fill with worries. You know, everyone's got to fill that little worry hole with worries, and that's hers.
Worry hole. Everyone's got to fill the worry hole with worry.
Assume that there's a worry hole.
A worry hole.
With worries.
I love the fact that, doctors in the million years would dig this up and go, humans used to have a worry hole.
Went to bed around midnight. Suzanne and I decided to sleep tops and tails, because it meant we get a bit more room. Me dad had cut a bit off the mattress to fit it between 2 cupboards. It's amazing how much of a difference it makes just sawing off a bit of the mattress. You sort of roll to the edge, but the weight of the blankets keeps you in. This is like something from a Roald Dahl book.
No, it's just, you know, you think anything, you can sort of trim anything, can't you, and it normally works. But with a mattress. I mean, he only took off, I don't know how long that is, but he's sawn off about that much on the mattress and then has stapled it back together again.
Amazing.
And it just makes so much difference.
Of course it does, because a mattress is a very carefully designed object.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, though, would you?
Well, you
just
would
think
if you had a
it's full of
fucking brain in
springs.
your nut.
No.
Someone took his brain out of his worry hole? Oh, God. He saw the match in half. So we decided to sleep tops and tails. It just gets stranger.
So strange. Why?
He did it to make the room nicer with the cupboards on either side.
So he sorted a mattress in half.
Well, not in half.
Can you imagine how much hard it must be to saw a mattress in half? What did he use? What, a big electric saw?
Well, it must have been, yeah, because there's a lot of springs and stuff in there.
Jesus.
So what happens to the springs? They just spring out the side.
Well, some sort of stick out a little bit, but you're not lying on top, are you? They come out the side. So it's just got a bit of gaffer tape and a staple gun.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man alive. It's like...
Does he run it as a hotel? That's unbelievable.
There are squats with better bedding arrangements.
Well, we've had a bit of a bad thing in our house about mattresses and that, because when we first bought our first flat in Salford, you know what it's like when you buy somewhere, you haven't got any money, have you, to buy extra stuff that you need. So we'd bought a bed, right, but there's that rip-off thing with beds where you buy a bed but a mattress doesn't come with it, which I've never understood that, because it's not a bed, is it? Without that mattress it's not a bed, it's a car without an engine. You wouldn't go, there you go, well, that seems cheap, well, there's no engine in it. So we bought this like, you know, flat and what have you, and we bought the bed, and then like, oh, we haven't got a mattress. So my dad got one from Uncle Alf. No, well, from that Uncle Alf fella, because he had one in his van that he used to use now and again. If he was like travelling round, he'd just keep in the back on this mattress.
Amazing.
A bloke who drove around in a van with a mattress in the back.
So
How
Uncle
terrifying.
Alf. So Uncle Alf, right? Tell me about Uncle Alf.
Well, you know about him, he's the one who slept in a dinghy. He's the one who...
Because his mattress was in his car.
I know, yeah, why didn't he go, oh, well, Alf, where's the bed? Left it in the car again. Oh, blow up the dinghy. Blow up the dinghy. I'm not going to go out and get it. Not at this time of night.
So anyway, my dad got me his mattress, and it just stunk of diesel. And Suzanne was like, "Oh, I'm not happy with this," and I think she realised sort of what sort of family
She got herself
and
into.
stuff.
Wow, she landed on her feet when she got you.
So now she's always a bit touchy about, you know, mattresses and things.
Unbelievable.
Uncle Alf, of course, sadly passed away when he couldn't escape from his sinking ship.
The fire engines were too late. No one got out of the way because they were laughing so much.
The mad woman next door saw me and said, "Hello, Clive. You live in a nursery rhyme. The old man down the road, the old woman next door whose mum's a witch, Uncle Alf who lives in a dinghy."
This is like not a real place. It's like fucking Narnia.
It's a children's TV programme.
Unbelievable. Oh, God. Oh, just all of them there on this broken mattress trying to find the golden ticket. Oh, God. Oh, God.
The old fella down the road talked to my dad a bit. He kept bees in the back garden.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Here comes the bee man.
His Yorkie dog was knocking about when he was messing with them, and it ended up getting stung 150 times.
Oh, little bastard. What is he doing?
It's not dead, but it cost a lot to get all the stings out. I don't know why people keep dangerous pets and insects. The amount of gear he had to wear to play with them is barmy. I don't think he's playing with the bees.
He's not playing with them, is he?
Well, what is he doing then?
Well, I don't know, but I think you should get the dog the same protection.
Yeah, but that's just it, isn't it? It's like you can't mix your pets. If you've got a snake, you don't have a mouse. Do you know what I mean? They don't get on. And it's the same with them. Don't have bees. I can't imagine one bit of enjoyment. The only thing he does is the honey. And it's like, well, how much is that to buy? It's not worth messing about wearing a big white suit just to get some honey. There's a shop down the road.
Me mam called me to ask me to like... Fuck me, you're right. That should be. Me mam called me to ask me to look in some of the magazine shops in London for a magazine that she can't find. It's called UFO Data. I said, I ain't heard of it. She said she's seen an advert for it in one of her ghost magazines.
I love the fact that she can't even find the magazine about unidentified flying objects.
Yeah. So we get a clue.
She
there.
thinks, I think I saw something, but I don't know whether it was a magazine or not.
So we get a clue there as to why you give any credence to this crap.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, I mean...
Mama Pilkington's into the same shit.
There's a lot of space out there, isn't there?
She said that this magazine has got a news story about how Aldrin, brackets astronaut, has got some evidence that aliens exist.
Yeah.
I told her that I found out today that the days are about 36 minutes longer on Mars. We chatted about how this is how they are more advanced than us. Do you mean the Martians?
Yeah, if they've got a longer day, that's more time that they're awake working on stuff.
Right, yeah, we know that makes no difference at all.
No, it does.
Think about it. Think about it.
Look, think about it. 6 o'clock here,
Yeah.
people are going, see you tomorrow, I'm going home. They'll be going, oh, another half hour. They've got a longer day. Productive.
And that's why they're able to fly.
That's why they're whizzing around. It adds up, doesn't it, over the years?
Christ almighty, what drivel!
Suzanne got in from work at 11:30. I told her about the UFOs in Mars. She said she's too tired to chat. I said, does it mean aliens will be more tired than us, or do they get more sleep? I got no answer. I love it when Suzanne goes in. She never indulges
No,
in
it scares her. Anything with ghosts and UFOs, she sort of...
It doesn't
ignores
scare her,
does
it bores
scare
her.
No, it freaks her out. Scares her.
Okay. I'm knackered today, and the face feels dry and spotty. Oh God, what's wrong with
It starts off moaning! The first thing he does is start moaning! He wakes up and goes, oh, fuck me, I didn't die. Oh, God!
I'm knackered today and the face feels dry and spotty. I think it's the change in water since being away. Or it could be all the... it could be all the Madeira cake I had yesterday.
I'm gonna burst.
But what's
I'm
the
gonna
Madeira
burst.
cake? The Madeira cake dries you out, does it?
Well, it's just quite fattening, isn't it? But I like it. It's one of my little pleasures.
Oh, God
Suzanne
almighty!
I went for a wander about to try and find the UFO data magazine from my mum. I didn't know which category to look under. There were too many magazines. I noticed how on the rude magazines, the women are being pretty rude on the cover, but on the gay magazines, it's just a fella smiling, showing a bit of arse. I don't know why gay blokes would buy it. Blokes have got their own knob to look at if they like knobs. Why were you looking at the gay magazine?
No, I wasn't. It's just that...
Oh, you were?
No, I
You
noticed
studied them.
Yeah, because I
you've
was
written
looking
about
for UFO data. I don't know where they put it.
I don't think you find evidence of other worlds down men's pants. Yeah, I don't think you want to boldly go where no man has ever gone before, Carl.
I had no luck trying to find the UFO data magazine. I will try some other shops. He writes UFO data magazine every time. He can just put UFO mag. But
No, but it
You wanna be
reminds me.
right. You wanna
It's
be
sort of-
specific,
If
yeah.
I write stuff down, it means that I remember it more.
Sure.
So, still looking for it.
Because your dad was a cabbie, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Couldn't stand it, but it's good money.
He was a he wasn't like a chancer though.
Black
What
cab,
was
black cab.
what was he doing when he put that little Forrest Gump in a weedy bin?
That was part of the cab company thing. They had to do like a charity event once a year, and he did it one year. Never asked him again.
Tell us the story again. I know you've
No,
told it,
I'd
but-
rather not, because
Why?
we got a few sort of complaints about it.
Why? What do you get complaints about it?
Because he put a kid in a bin, and it's not the thing to do. So,
But we could use it as a sort of sobering lesson for people.
Yeah, tell it like a you know, you shouldn't do it.
no, yeah, but that's how I did it last time, but people still didn't like it. All the stuff I tell you, we don't take the mickey out of people on purpose.
No.
It's real life, innit? And that goes on in life.
Yeah,
My dad was saying that in hospital, though. Do you know I was in hospital?
Yeah.
You know, he did some jokes about old people and that, and he said at the end of the day, if something makes you laugh, it's funny. And if it makes you laugh, you can't help laughing, can you? Do you know what I mean? So, what are you meant to do? And laughing's good for you,
Yeah.
so...
But
even
being
though
laughed at isn't as good for you, is it?
No, but there's probably more people laughing at one person, so if you balance it out, there's only one person who's upset and there's a bunch of people laughing. So, it's...
Genius! Give me an example of that. Give me an example.
Well, for instance, Karl Pilkington as he talks and the people listening.
yeah. No, give me a little example of like, so, you know.
I can't, because again, that's what I'm saying. I can't tell you the story,
Yeah.
because there might be someone out there who... this person might even be listening and think, I forgot about that and you brought it all back to me now.
Yeah.
So, I prefer to leave it, but I think people know...
Why did he put him in the bin in the first place?
Because he was getting out of hand.
What was he doing though?
You see, I can't explain
You
without...
can, don't be silly.
I prefer to to leave it, honestly.
What was he doing? Was he annoying him?
He was annoying my dad and the other people in the cab.
Right.
And he thought, how can I deal with this before it gets too out of hand?
Yeah.
He pulled over and put the lad in a wheelie bin.
I'm gonna burst.
So we'll leave that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
How old was the kid?
I'm not sure, but I mean, it was a trip to sort of Blackpool, so I'm guessing
Do you think it was one of the rides?
17.
This is rubbish.
17.
Yeah.
Oh, he's quite an old lad then.
So a big lad.
Yeah.
But let's.
And did he pick him up?
He picks him up and put him in a wheelie bin,
Every time he says it, I'm like,
and then on the way back, he got him back again. He said, "Right, you won't do that again."
on the way back.
Yeah, he left him there for a bit.
He left him there, what, they went to Blackpool and he
Yeah.
left the kid in the wheelie bin?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
What, was the kid in the wheelie bin when he drove back? Did
Yeah.
he not get out?
No, because how do you get out? It's tricky, isn't it? And he wasn't a normal kid, was he? Let's leave it.
He wasn't a normal kid.
Right then. So
Is your father in prison? I think he should be.
can we put a song on?
Yeah, go on then.
I can't remember being a baby, and I put that down to it being boring. Because you only remember the good things.
Remember your birthday.
No, it's you remember the good things in life, don't you? I'm quite happy. I can sit down for a good hour or so and just think back and go, oh, that was good.
When was the last time you reminisced?
Well, my mum and dad have been round, haven't they? So been reminiscing a lot.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about?
We were just chatting about Tic Tacs.
One of the great memories, yeah. The happy memories.
No, because you see, here's the thing. You're saying how that woman changed when she had her head caved in.
He never said that.
What did you? Well, the brain accident.
Yeah. Brain accident. Yeah.
The Tic Tacs. Now, I used to love them
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Yeah.
My dad got a load of them.
What,
Got-
this year?
No,
Just
no,
recently?
years
Oh,
ago.
years ago,
Like
right,
years
okay.
ago when I loved them. I said I loved Tic Tacs. Me.
Yeah.
He met one of his mates.
You didn't nick him from the sweet shop?
No,
No, that's what
he
we
knew
did,
some mate who could get his hand on a load,
Right.
and he
Thief,
must have
he was a
got
thief.
about he must have got about 30 crates of Tic Tacs.
30 crates of Tic Tacs.
Honestly, with like about 24 on each crate. We got them, stuck them in a cupboard under the just in the kitchen, in the corner.
Yeah.
Now I worked my way through about 6 crates. I was quite happy.
When? In how long?
I don't know, in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something.
Right.
And then after that, I'm getting sick of these.
Right.
Yeah. You were minty fresh, but you
Oh,
were sick of
lovely
them.
fresh breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I haven't got that much more to tell you about it. It's just.
What do you
I
So
Just
this,
just
sorry,
remember-
whoa. Bear in mind, this was something he was recently reminiscing with his parents about. They were sat round, and we've already learned up to an hour could go by reminiscing. Sat round for an hour, talking about the great
I've already
Tic
run
Tac
out of
saga.
responses. I've got
Yeah.
nothing to say about
No
that.
opinion
I
on
mean,
that.
I was nearly going to say, what do you do with the empty little flicky Tic Tac boxes?
Yeah, but then
I mean,
you realise that that's utterly dull and boring.
well,
and not
I
of any
I
interest.
was struggling. I don't know what this anecdote is, other than a bloke. Other than you said your dad, I like Tic Tacs, mate. He went, all right. I talked to Albert. Albert, you got Tic Tacs? I've got 30 crates. If that'll do, yeah, yeah. Bring him round. Put him under cupboard. He's got through 12 crates. What's his breath like? Fucking lovely, but he's been sick all over the cunting place. Oh, do you want some more? No, of course we fucking don't. You'll talk about that in a few years' time. Of course we will for about a fucking hour.
No.
And then we bring it up in an audio book.
But I think that's how we got onto it, because even though I tried to get rid of a load, I used to give them to mates, take them to school, say, have some Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
You can have them for free. We used a load in the cat litter tray.
No,
Oh,
you
we
didn't.
did. We did. It
No,
was
you
just
didn't.
ways of getting rid of them.
Jesus Christ.
Sort of freshy smell, isn't it? Well, it's
That's
the same
amazing.
sort of condensity in that, isn't it?
Condensity. It is the same condensity.
Yeah, so I got rid of them like that. And then the weird thing was, even though I'd got shut of them all, you'd be backing up and you'd always hear one ting its way up the tube.
It's tinging its way up the tube. It's tinging its way up the tube. It's tinging its way up the tube. Ting tong, ping pong. It's tinging its way up the tube.
That sounds like something from Willy Wonka.
Oh
No,
God.
it's just I'm just demonstrating that because that's how many of them there were around the house. You'd drop them, they'd go in every corner and that, like Pac-Man or something. They'd be
That's
everywhere. You'd be backing
amazing.
up, tinging it up.
Sheila's getting married. Hannah gets confetti. Don't buy any confetti. Go to cupboard under stairs.
So yeah, that's a little memory there, isn't it?
It is a little
Popped up.
memory.
Now
It's a really little memory.
The strange Tic Tac house in Salford, where everything is made of Tic Tacs.
Wow, that must have been a hell
That's
of a time you had with your parents there. The old Tic Tac
No, but it's
reminiscence.
better. You see, you're saying, "Oh, what a boring story that is." But when
I
my
see
mum
you've
and dad,
re-gravelled the drive. Yeah, smell it. Suck the drive if you want.
no, but it's different. When my mum and dad are there and they can remember that, and they're going, "Oh yeah, the Tic Tac incidents and stuff."
What's known as the Tic Tac incident.
The Tic Tac
Let us
incident.
never speak of the Tic Tac incident.
Yeah, I just imagine the clock ticking. There, it's Christmas Day. I go, what are you smiling at? Oh, remember it used to ting up the tube.
You should think about selling this to Hollywood.
Listen, what do you remember then?
What do
do
you
I remember?
That's
Wow.
an amazing thing to
That's
say.
a difficult question to answer.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Why, out of interest though, and this will sound naive, why don't we remember the very early moments of our lives? Why is it? Is it because it would be too harrowing to remember the point at which we sort of born? Because I don't really remember anything from those first few years. Why is it? Is it just because the brain's not fully formed at that moment?
I don't know.
The memory's not sufficiently developed?
I honestly,
It's got to be trauma, hasn't it? It's the things. Again, we were talking about me being younger, and the youngest I could remember back to was 1978.
How old were you then?
When
were you born?
72.
What?
And it was
You
some
you couldn't remember earlier than 6. You
oldies.
can remember back to about 2 or 3. Most people. What? You,
No way. My mum and dad don't even remember me then. Because you're not doing anything. This is what I'm saying.
Mum and Dad don't even remember me then. That's amazing.
Because they pinpoint
They remember
things.
all the Tic Tacs they've ever eaten.
Yeah. Do you remember when Carl was 6? Of course I do. 5? Yeah. 4? Yeah. 3? No. 2? No.
Because you're not doing anything, are you?
My mum and Dad don't even remember
So-
me then.
And it's weird.
I
And-
remember, must have been about 2, sitting on a potty surrounded by Lego. I remember that, very strong image I have of that.
No, I don't remember that.
No, you don't remember that, were you? Would you?
you
No,
weren't
you
there,
weren't
were
there.
you? What do you mean? What, you don't remember Steve sitting on a potty surrounded by Lego?
No, I mean, I can't remember having a potty. I remember having one of
I'm
them.
not suggesting you have the
You
same
used to go in a
memory.
fucking litter tray. Now I know why, to eat a Tic Tac while you're having a shit.
But okay, so what is your very first memory?
The one that cropped up the other day was having my eyes sort of glued together by.
Gangsters. Where's the fucking Tic Tacs?